Matt Rule, the new head football coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Kenny Dillingham, the new head football coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils. Deion Sanders, possibly new head coach of Colorado. David Shaw leaves Stanford University. Welcome to episode 98 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We're going to be given our official grades from Nebraska and Arizona State on their new hires. As you can see, it's a double A. A for Nebraska, A for Arizona. We're going to explain why. Please put your comments down in the comment section below the video. And we got new intel last night about Gonzaga in Big 12. That they have a decision window. It's a big brewing story. We're going to give you what we know, the information that we received late last night. But before we get into it all, please smash the like button if you like our content. Please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. First of all, let's get to Arizona State. Arizona State, according to Bruce Feldman late last night, Oregon's offensive coordinator Kenny Dillingham is expected to become the new head coach at Arizona State, his alma mater. They are working to finalize the deal. Now at Peek Around the Corner, we actually nailed this one in our hot board. If you go back to episode 50, at Peek Around the Corner, the day that Herm Edwards was let go, fired, or they had a mutual agreement that he would leave the program, we said Kenny Dillingham was the number one, the only person on our hot board list at Arizona State. Check out episode 50. And then the final one, about a week ago, we made that final decision. Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State. 32 years old. Very young, but very mature. If you check out his interviews with the media, if you see how he communicates with his players, man, he is ready to go. We figured that he would want to take this job. This is his home state, the Scottsdale. He knows the area. He knows the recruiting grounds of the Pac-12 country. If once you have that opportunity to make that jump, you better take it, because you never know when the next job opportunity is going to happen for you. Now, if you check out episode 50 and you check out the comments, nobody agreed with us here at Peek Around the Corner. We got a lot of heat for having Kenny Dillingham as the number one guy on the hot board list. Oregon fan base thought no, he would never leave Oregon after 1 year. Or Arizona State fans that first day said no, he's not ready yet. He's too young. Check out the comments. We nailed this one. And we give Arizona State a grade of A. A. You got to give this young phenom an opportunity to turn your program around. He's going to be there for the long haul. Arizona State might have some penalties against the team, against the program for violations, but Kenny Dillingham is ready, willing to work it all out for Arizona State. Big time props for Arizona State Sun Devils. They get a grade A. Now, let's get to Nebraska. We also gave Nebraska a grade A. Now, for Matt Rule. That might surprise some of you, because we did have a little bit of worry about Matt Rule. We're going to explain that, but we still think Nebraska deserves a grade of A. Let's get right to it. Nebraska offers Matt Rule head coaching job from the Athletic, and we know that he accepted the job yesterday morning. Matt Rule's a new head football coach. The job he did at Temple, unbelievable. 2 seasons, the last 2 seasons at Temple Owls won 10 games. And then he went to Baylor. And the Baylor was immersed in scandal. The program was falling apart. People were even talking about a possible death penalty. He came into that program. First year they went 1-11. And then he had a 10-11 win season. Double-digit win season. Matt Rule did an unbelievable job at Baylor. And for Nebraska Cornhuskers, some of their fans are concerned about his overall record. Come on, you got to look at the context. You got to look at what he has done to build Temple and Baylor. Yes, he failed at Carolina Panthers. He got fired, NFL. We've seen a lot of great college football coaches fail in the NFL, but they come back to the college game and they get back to the top of the game. Matt Rule could be one of these guys, right? I think it's an excellent hire. Also, we are not concerned to peek around the corner for Nebraska that Matt Rule might leave 2 or 3 years from now. That happens. In college football, in this day, in this era of college football, that's going to happen. Could Matt Rule leave for a Penn State opening 3 years from now if he's successful at Nebraska? Maybe, but you can't worry about that. Matt Rule will be a success at Nebraska when he leaves Lincoln. Does he leave it better than when he received it, when he became the head football coach? If you can say yes to that question, then Matt Rule was a success and a good hire for Nebraska. So we're not concerned about that. There is one concern about Matt Rule, and we brought it up in an episode last week. We're just going to bring it up real quick here. In the 2017 article of Barry Trammell, discussing with Matt Rule and the Oklahoman, why did Rule pick Baylor over Oregon? This is what Matt Rule said. This is in the article. It's a university, Baylor, that kind of shares my values. A university that believes in faith, service, and leadership. That's all good. He continues on. That's how my parents raised me. The chance to come coach college football in the Big 12, an elite football institution, an elite academic institution, to live in Central Texas where I can recruit all my kids within 3 or 4 hours, not getting on a plane, flying to wherever. We just said this is perfect, and it feels like that so far. To live in Central Texas where I can recruit all my kids within 3 or 4 hours, not getting on a plane and flying to wherever. Hopefully Matt Rule thoughts about that have changed, because when you're the head football coach in Nebraska and you're competing in the Big Ten for a Big Ten championship, because that's the standard, the Nebraska fan base, the administration, the alumni, the faculty, they all have that standard. You better be willing to get on a plane to go wherever, whenever, wherever. You better be willing to get on that plane, Matt Rule. So hopefully his attitudes have changed. This is our only concern about Matt Rule. But we give Nebraska an A. We believe that if Nebraska hired Lance Leipold and Matt Rule, those would be a grade of A. Nebraska got it done. Trav Alberts has got it done. And now let's look at Colorado. Let's look at Colorado. Just quickly here, Colorado offers Deion Sanders coaching job as Jackson State's boss mulls options per report. All the reports are out there. Colorado, they rolled the dice, and those dice had to be rolled. Great job by Colorado to offer Deion Sanders this job, to be in the position. We don't know if Deion Sanders has accepted it. Here we sit here Sunday morning. But just to have the opportunity to grab Deion Sanders, he would be a great uplift to the Colorado's brand and exposure. Much needed exposure, Colorado. They need this. They want this, and they're going after it. I give high props to Colorado. If they were able to snag Deion Sanders, if it becomes official, we're going to be giving Colorado an A+ grade. We're not saying that Deion Sanders is going to be more successful at Colorado than Matt Rule at Nebraska or Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State in the long run. We just believe that Colorado made a gutsy, risky play here, and it could pay off, and we believe it's worth the gamble. The dice have been rolled, and we think that's an excellent job by Colorado just to get into this position. So we'll see what happens with Colorado and Deion Sanders. Now, for the main story. We received a nugget of information, just a little nugget of information about Gonzaga possibly going to the Big 12 in basketball. Now, if you remember, in July, we announced at Flood Empire in early August that there was this go or no-go for launch for further Big Ten expansion, that there was this decision window between August 15th and October 15th. And right around October 12th, we said at Peek Around the Corner, it's a no-go for launch. Big 12 decided not to expand at this time. There's another decision window that we were told for the Big 12 and Gonzaga. Mostly it's on Gonzaga's part. Are they going to decide to join the Big 12? It's between now and the end of January. The end of November to the end of January. That was the dates we were given. We're going to have more in this story as the days and weeks go on, because there's something important about that date. We're going to get it confirmed before we tell you what it is. We believe Gonzaga will join the Big 12 in the basketball conference. We believe that's going to happen. But the decision window is between now and end of January. And we think this is important for the Big 12 because of Brett Yormark's. He wants that fourth TV window. He wants to elevate the brand, the national branding of the Big 12 conference. Everything from the East Coast to the West Coast. He wants the fourth window. And he's going to grab it in basketball. And if he can grab it in basketball, it could heighten his ability, his leverage points to get it in football. Potentially a Pac-12 school. But first, Gonzaga. We believe, we were told, very good piece of nugget, very good intel, that the decision window is now set for Gonzaga to decide, will they join the Big 12 conference or not in basketball? And that goes out until the end of January. We'll give you more information as the days and weeks go on. So watch for that story. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner. Until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner, to all of you, please, you all take care of each other. Thank you so very much.